How's it going? It's Hesh from No Frills, and I'm back with another refund window. Today I'll be checking out Enshrouded, a somewhat open-world survival, sandbox, buildy, crafty kind of RPG game. There's a lot of tags we could put on this one, but I want to know if it's worthy enough to bear the one with the dollar sign. Let's check it out. I've had a love for open-world, sandboxy adventure games ever since I first picked up that sword and saw that screen transition in the original Legend of Zelda. I was hooked. I've played so many variations on similar themes over the years, I have lost track. I try not to spoil games for myself, or anyone else for that matter, but I had seen a little bit about this one floating around, and I liked what I saw, so I picked it up, and here we are. Right away, I do like the art and visual style. I will note, however, that I'm playing this on an RTX 3050. It's not the greatest card out there, but hey, it's what I have. This is running at 1440p as I run all of my games. There's not much in the way of character customization, but quite honestly, that's really not a big deal for me. I know it is for some people, but there's a few options here. Perhaps I'll add more over time. I have no clue. There's not a whole lot in the way of tutorial per se, but the game will kind of show you what to do as you move along and start to get things set up. That's cool with me because I don't always need my handheld, nor do I want it. One of the things that I was really excited about with this game was the handcrafted world. I love procedural generation. It's got its place for sure, but sometimes it's really nice to play in someone else's sandbox. You just know there's bound to be some secrets hidden around, so I'll be searching for sure. I absolutely love destruction. Big boom, shit flying everywhere, terrain deformation, I'm all about it. This one has it. I cannot wait to see the seismic explosion I can create later on down the line. It's gonna be a good one. I want craters. I like to play faster moving characters instead of slow, tanky guys, and this one felt really good for both traversal and the combat. I like the fact that you have to hunt to get food, then you've got to actually cook it, vegetables, things like that. Each one has some different buffs that they'll apply to you. You can only have so much at a time. You don't want to get too full. It actually gives you 3 slots. I like that as well. You have to choose wisely. I have a feeling that's really going to come into play later with some of the further combat, maybe some mini bosses, big bosses. I'm not quite sure what's in store yet, but I'm going to be looking. Combat should always feel dangerous, and it kinda does. You can't just stand there and eat a billion cheese wheels before resuming combat and popping skulls. I like that. I really like what they did with the Shroud. All of the valleys and lowlands are kind of, well, enshrouded in this foggy mist that kind of has warped everything. It's pretty dang sweet, man. The monsters look pretty cool. The atmosphere is great. There's some unique materials to get, and you're on a dang time limit. You can only stay in there for 5 minutes to begin with, but you can find these little timer orb things you can pick up. That'll extend your time. There are also beacons you can stand near that'll continually top up your time as you fight off little waves of these bad guys. Pretty awesome. Aside from slaughtering enemies in camps and things, hunting and resource gathering, you're actually going to be able to build stuff. This is huge for this game. When I saw how many resources you could get, 100 blocks out of just a couple components, I'm thinking, wow, okay, this is nuts. But then I placed a block. Oh, they're tiny. That means detail. Alright, let's go. Aside from building lovely homes for all the forest critters, you'll be abducting people, taking people out of these little pods and bring them back to your camp to make them slaves. Well, work with them. Like Larry the blacksmith here, or whatever his name is. Early on, you'll get access to both a grappling hook and a glider. The glider is especially fun to play with. Not only can you kind of fly around the map a little bit, you can use it to kind of roll up on top of cliffs that you can't normally jump onto. There are locks and lockpicking in the game, but aside from chests, if you come across a locked door, just make your own. Worked for me. Can't say I really encountered any bugs, though I did smash my junk on a railing once, but hey, these things happen. I will say that the wand I was able to craft very early on in the game does seem a little bit OP to have that early. You'll still get your ass kicked for sure, but that wand really comes in handy. I was able to get a couple enemies stuck here and there and just kind of cheese them. But hey, the game is a new release. So, full price or discount bin? I'm I'm honestly surprised this video has gone on as long as it has. I try to keep them pretty short and concise and spoiler free. Just here's a little bit of information. Here's how I played the game, and here's what I thought about it. I'm not making videos for the algorithm. I'm making videos for you, and I value your time. Well, 2 hours was not enough at all. This game has a lot going on, and I want to see it all. I am super confident there is more than enough to keep me occupied here for quite some time, and I'm just gonna love it. And hey, who knows where this game's gonna go? So I'm gonna say, yeah, it's a keeper for sure. It made the list. As if you couldn't tell, huh? How's it going, it's Hesh. If you liked what you saw even a tiny bit, do me a favor, shoot me a like and a sub, and if you're feeling awfully generous, give me a share, man. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.